Sometimes life beats you down, and when you think it's over and you're wobbling back onto your 2 feet, it looks you in the eye and asks, "Are you ready for more?" At least that's how my life has felt in the past 4 years. And I wish that I could say I'm fully recovered now and that I'm living my dream life, but I can't. What I can say, though, is that through all of this turmoil, I have learned hard lessons about life, about failure, and how to pick yourself up when you've fallen down.
So, I have to say, and wait, I want to put this down because the lighting is good here. But so where am I? I have moved. The last time I filmed this video or filmed anything for YouTube, I was actually back at my mom's house living at home. And now I have an apartment of my very own in Chicago. And I'm so excited to start this new chapter. I think the joy that I have now, listen, actually joy might be a little too far. I'm not gonna say I have joy yet, but I think that the moment I'm in now, I actually feel like ready and energized. I think that's the right word. I have energy. And so, yeah, life is changing.
Hi! So, as you can see, my apartment has changed and I actually have furniture now. And that's because it is about 4 months since I filmed that last clip. And I wanted to come on here and just close out this video and talk through like what has actually changed since all of that trauma I think that I mentioned of my early 30s. And there have been some really like challenging lessons I've had to learn. And I can honestly say now, like, I am so far removed from where I was even a year ago, but especially from where I was 4 years ago when I first filmed my video talking about feeling behind in life and all of my fears about turning 30. And I can truthfully say that I do not have those worries anymore. And a lot of those things that I wanted in that video, like wanting to be married, wanting to have children, wanting to have a house, wanting to be financially, I guess free and financially stable, a lot of those things I don't have now, right? Like, I'm not married. I don't have children. I don't have a house. Financially, I'm doing a lot better for sure. But I'm still not where I want to be financially. And a lot of things I'm working through and I'm working on. But I had some real life challenges that taught me a few things that I think are kind of necessary to recover from hardship. And I think that help when you're in a position where you're starting over. And so one of the first things that I've realized is, honestly, sometimes life is just hard. And that's the truth. Sometimes life is going to knock you down and you're going to be sad about it. And you might even be depressed. And that is okay. Sometimes we just have to accept that, like, sadness is a reality. It is a part of life. It is a part of human existence. And it's hard when we have this culture of like toxic positivity and that everything has to be great and grand all the time. But when you're dealing with layoffs or, crisis with family, I don't know, financial issues, divorce, death, right? Illness, these are really heavy things that you don't just get over in a second. And so sometimes we have to be okay with giving ourselves the space and time to just be sad and work through it. And those are the moments where it matters to connect with the people closest to you. If you've got close friends, if you've got family who you can confide in, therapy if you need it. I know not everybody can afford therapy, but if you can, getting professional counsel. But I think the first step to overcoming kind of hardship is really just recognizing that, yeah, sometimes you're not going to feel good, and that's okay. But when you're ready to move out of that sadness and that frustration, I think what helps then is having the ability to understand what you no longer want in your life. And I've become so clear on the things that I do not want. And I am now, I think in my life, especially I think because I'm in my 30s and becoming quite ruthless about how I spend my time, who I spend it with, and where I'm headed. And I am so dedicated now to being more disciplined in my life because I have a vision of where my life is going to go and what I want it to be like. And I am so ready to take myself seriously because I know the things that I don't want anymore. And so I think if you're someone where you're at a point where you're just like, you're sick and tired of being tired and you're over being sad and you just have a really clear understanding of what you don't want, then you're ready to be in a position to start figuring out and understanding what you do want. Because when you know what you do want, what I find is that the beautiful thing of like when you start to think, what do I want for myself? What do I want in my life? You're in the position to be able to imagine and to dream and to hope again. Because when you're in that sad, dark, horrible place, like hope can feel really, really scary, especially if you've been disappointed in the past. But when you know what you don't want and you're ready to start thinking about what you do want, and I swear there's a connection here, this is where it's time to prioritize your health. Because when you're working out, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're nourishing your body, that's when you give yourself like the mental strength, the mental wellness, the physical strength to actually do the things that you want to do, right? Like, I have never in my life taken my health more seriously, and I'm still working on it. Like, I am still working on it. It is a journey. But I'm like prepping my meals now. I'm, going for daily walks. I'm trying to get back into the gym and like being more consistent with a workout routine because I know that my physical well-being is so important because my body is what's going to take me into the next day. Your body is what is going to help you to actually get up in the morning, wake up, be creative, be fresh, take action. If you are not nourished, you can't think properly. If you can't think properly, you can't dream, you can't plan, you can't make real moves. And that's what you need to be able to even attempt to create some kind of a dream life and start over. And it doesn't have to happen all at once. It can be a slow process, like it can be little by little, but you've got to take care of yourself in order to do it. Something else, and I swear all of this is just about like being well, right? Like starting over, creating your dreams, doing the things that you want. It's all about being well. You have to do things just because you like it, just for the pleasure. Like, I think something that I started doing is I started coloring, I started painting, even my walks, like they're good for my health, but they're also good just for me to get outside and look at something besides a screen. Right? Take care of yourself. Do the things that you enjoy just because you enjoy it, not because it's performed for anyone else, not because there's any end goal to it, but purely it's because it's something that just makes you feel good. You've got to do the things that just make you feel good. Love on yourself, right? Like that is number one. If it's playing video games, play video games. If it's making matcha in the morning, make your matcha. If it's making tea, if it's making a coffee brew, I don't know why everything is about drinks, but that's what's coming into my head right now. But whatever you enjoy, do it. Do it because it's fun. Do it because you love it. Do it because it puts a smile on your face and it makes your day a little bit brighter. Pleasure, joy, simplicity in doing things just because it's great and fun is so important. The next thing that I've realized, and I don't say this to create any pressure, because pressure is not necessarily what creates results, right? Maybe for some people, but to be honest, I'm a really big believer in treating yourself gently. And one of the big things is that when you are in your 30s, and if you're watching this and you're not yet in your 30s, I want you to listen to me very clearly. You are still young, okay? Us in our 30s, we're still young. And I am so frustrated with myself for being in my 20s and telling myself that once I turned 30, I was going to be old and that time was going to run out. We have so much time. There is so much time left, but time is of the essence, so make it count. That's why it's important to know what you want to do, take care of yourself, and actually make things happen. But you are not at the end of your rope. If you're, 30 or 33 or 35 or 37, hell, even in your 40s and 50s, there's still so much time, But I will say this, when you are in your 30s, your body changes. You don't have the energy that you had when you were in your 20s. You need more sleep. So you've got to do what you can with the time that you're awake and the time that you're energized. Make it count. Okay? Because I need to be in bed by like 10 o'clock, 11 the latest. Otherwise, it's not a good day. So I know in the days that I'm awake, I have to work really hard to make sure that I'm setting myself up to be where I want to be. And that is all. I just wanted to say thank you if you've watched this video all the way through. Wow. And if you're someone who is returning from any of my older videos, because there have been quite a few of you who've commented on my last video or even reached out to me on Instagram asking, "Are you okay?" Yes, I am doing very, very well. I wasn't back then, but I'm in a very different place now. And I'm so thankful to all of you who have left your comments about what you were going through and what you were struggling with. And I'm going to leave a comment on that video and just pin something there, because I can't at this point answer everyone individually, because there's just so many that I haven't gotten to. And I feel so bad. But starting over, it's okay. At any point in your life, it's okay. I think we all have to do it. I think life is a series of starts and stops, and recalibrating what works for you and what doesn't, and trying to figure out the next phase of your life. And yeah, if you're watching this, I wish you so well. From the bottom of my heart, I really, really do. I wish you so well. And I hope that you can find those steps to just get yourself up and going, and make the new chapter the best one yet. So that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.